What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me talking about the Tower Trials floors 28 to 30 and showing you guys how I was able to clear on my free-to-play account, so you guys can maybe get an idea for when it does come to global. I will be making a updated one when global actually gets it, and I'll pretty much go over like multiple different team comps with that one. But in this video, I'm pretty much just gonna be showing you guys my clears on 28, 29, and 30, and the strategies that I went about it on my free-to-play account. So let's actually open up my video or my what's it called, the videos here, and we're gonna watch it through. I have floors 28, 29, and 30 all recorded already, so we can just hop in and see what we're able to do, guys. So this is gonna be floors 28 right here. So floor 28, in terms of the team comp I was using, you know, I press OK, we go into the team comp, and I'm actually running this team comp right here. So we're running Mael, Light Elizabeth, Margaret, and Sariel. So this is not like the most free to play friendly team, but if you guys have got his team built and you have Mael, he's gonna be a really good character for this, man. As you guys will see, with the way the fight works, I'm pretty much like running a mono race team, and I think that's what you pretty much want on this fight. So let's actually skip into the fight, guys. Let's actually hop in here, kind of show you guys like what the fight's pretty much about. But what you want to do is you want to just make sure you're buffing up with Margaret and just doing a ton of damage with all your characters, man. Like, it doesn't really matter who you're really attacking with from the beginning, but you do want to build up them Light Elizabeth basic stats, same with the Margaret basic stats, and then you just want to do like a ton of damage as well. And Mael is gonna be your main damage dealer. As you guys can see, he's doing the most amount. So if you can get a ton of good cards with him and just start attacking into the left, right, and then Tarmiel in the middle, you should be okay. So it's not like anything too difficult or anything like that. And this is a fairly good comp right here, and it, you know, in a sense, it's definitely free to play friendly. It has Sariel on the team, it has Margaret, Light Elizabeth. Margaret, Light Elizabeth, sure, you could say okay, they're festivals, same with Mael. But guys, Goddess team is just a staple free to play friendly team. I've always talked about this. If you guys have seen my video where I talked about Goddess team being one of the most free to play friendly and best PvE teams in the game, I did make a video kind of discussing that, and yeah, it's just a must invest type team, right? It's just so good, right? So yeah, right here, as you guys can see, we killed the right guy pretty easily, right? Like, you know, we didn't have too much issue with that, and then we do proc the Light Elizabeth passive, so now we're back at full HP, and you guys can see we're just not taking any damage at all. You guys can, by the way, you can put Tarmiel Link on your Elizabeth if you want. It's up to you, though. I don't think it really matters. You're probably going to be clearing it regardless. And even if you didn't have Mael, by the way, I feel like you could probably still beat it without Mael. You just bring like Tarmiel instead, and then just make sure he has the lowest HP so that they target him, so you can build up the basic stats. But yeah, I feel like a team like that would also be fairly good as well. So you don't even like need Mael. I feel like Mael is just here just because of the fact he's just such a good character in general. Like, you know, I only brought him because, you know, it's my free to play account. I gotta use what I gotta use, right? And this is all I had to use. So we actually used it to get the kill. And right here, we don't actually have any Mael cards, so we're pretty much just going to be wasting our cards here just to kind of top deck. And you guys will see here that like the damage comparison between like Light Elizabeth versus Mael is just wild, bro. You don't do as much damage with Light Elizabeth, but I feel like if you had Tarmiel on the team, you could still build up pretty big basic stats and it would be okay. And that's technically like a more free to play friendly team if you run that, because Tarmiel is more accessible than Mael. But yeah, I mean, regardless, guys, it was still a fairly decent team comp right here that we had going on, and we did top deck double Mael card, and I finish off Tarmiel this turn when I actually attack with him. So yeah, it's not too bad actually. So yeah, this is pretty much floor 28. Is it that difficult, and are you guys really gonna struggle? It depends if you don't have like mono race teams. Like, you can run like full Goddess team, or you can run like full unknown team, anything like that, and I feel like you guys will be okay. But yeah, as you can see, we do the Mael card, and goodbye to Tarmiel, man, just like that. Very easy. Mael's just pretty broken, you know, because of the fact that he has like all 4 people on the field. He's getting that extra damage dealt on his single target. So that's going to be floor 28. Moving on to floor 29. This one I had a lot of difficulty actually. So if you actually go into it here, let me just make sure. Yeah, so this is the team comp I use. Okay. Because as you guys can see, there's a lot of dead runs here that I actually had. So pretty much the team comp, if you guys don't know, it's going to be Green Elizabeth, Traitor Meliodas, and Queen Diane. And the reason why we're running a team comp like this is because for this fight against Margaret, you have to actually have buff removal on the team so that you can get a ton of all stats. And whenever you remove a buff, you get like a few all stats buffs on your entire team. So having like Green Elizabeth for that buff removal is really good. I wanted a taunt character to draw damage away from Trader Melly, because I felt like when I was running him with Green Gulther, he was getting a little bit targeted too much, and I felt that kind of messed up my run, right? Yeah, and then another thing to note is that you don't want to be critting Margaret, because if you crit Margaret, she actually gets an attack buff. But how you can cheese it is if you crit her and then you do the buff removal after the fact, you get the all stats up and you actually remove the attack buff that she gets. So there's like ways you can kind of cheese it, and my free to play account definitely took advantage of that. But yeah, there's ways to go about it, right? Yeah, so as you guys will see, he's just doing his regular attacks. Maybe we can kind of like speed through here, because the first phase is like nothing too crazy. I'm kind of just like wasting my cards, as you guys can see. We just waste my cards. I merge right there. So let's see. I want to show you guys when he Margaret actually buffs, because that's the important part, right? We're just taking hits here, nothing too crazy. We're just taking our damage, and then yeah. So right here, Margaret's about to buff next turn. Yeah. So here we go. So I think. Oh no, wait. This might be my reset actually. This is a reset. Yeah, because I think I. Oh no. I think we stayed actually. Okay. Never mind. So we dropped the ultimate. We do crit Margaret. As you guys will see, Margaret will get an attack buff. That attack buff. Okay, so I did I reset? Oh no, I kept going. Okay, I kept going. I thought I was gonna reset. So my bad, guys, my bad. But right there, we do the single target. We do the single target with Trader Melly, and he actually gets the kill. And I think because Margaret was only doing one attack, I decided it would be okay. I think that's why I went for this setup. But maybe this was a reset and it's the run after this, or the rest of the video, that might be it. But I'm not too sure, honestly. But yeah, okay, so I think this is the run though regardless. So yeah, right here, Margaret does that double buff up right there. And so I'm like, okay, we definitely got to remove the buff so we get some all stats ups on the team. And yeah, this actually it was this run. Yeah, because what happens here is that Margaret actually ults into my Queen Diane and I just die. But it was a strategy, because what I did, right, because the Margaret already had the attack up, I was like, okay, it's fine. We can actually just go for the AoE with Melly anyway, just to get it out of my hand. So I was just like, boom, boom. And we actually didn't get the kill on the left guy, which would have been pretty nice if we did. But yeah, so the Margaret's just going to ult my Diane, and boom, dead, because what can Diane do at that point? She's just kind of, not really doing too well. And then, yeah, right here, we got very lucky with Trader Melly actually tanking this. As you'll see, this is a rank 2 Margaret, and we got so lucky tanking that, because, Margaret obviously doing more damage because of the, she had a double attack buff too, which is kind of wild. But yeah, Trader Melly is really good for this, just for the fact that he has the buff removal on the ultimate too, because he can buff remove both Margaret and the guy on the left as well, right? So that's really good. And you guys can see we do get the all stats when we do the buff removal, and then we can do the heal here. Right, that's pretty good. And then we drop the Elizabeth single target, and boom, look at that. We have the Elizabeth ultimate too, so we can ult push for I guess another Trader Melly ult. And right here I was like, okay, I didn't know if this was gonna work out too well, because like my hand was looking really bad. And Margaret, as you guys can see, was literally about to get another ultimate too, so that wasn't looking too good for me. But the strategy that I'll show you guys here, it is a strategy, right? The way you go about it is you have to do AoE and then buff removal. Like right here, like so I do the Elizabeth ult to full heal. We do AoE with Melly. That's gonna crit Margaret, but we can buff remove after we crit, which is the tech that I was using like throughout the fight, which I thought was really smart. So if you can do this, then you can pretty much make it so that you get unlimited buffs, and you're always making sure that Margaret never gets that attack buff, right? So that's the way you guys want to go about it, man. I think this is a super smart way to deal with Margaret, and yeah, my free-to-play account strive doing this, yo. We actually did really well. Yeah, so we do the buff removal here. We do the Melly single target, and then we buff remove after the fight. Yo, you see this? You see the strategy, guys? Look at that, yo. That strategy right there, man. That's a strategy right there. So we do the buff removal. Then she gets the attack buff when I crit her here with Meliodas, right? You guys can see. But then we buff remove again so that she cannot get the attack buff. And then boom, look at that. The entire team is stacked up on the buffs. And Margaret one-shots my Nanashi. That's fine. Clears out my hand anyway. That's honestly better, right? Because it takes out the Nanashi cards from my hand. And yeah, the only thing that losing Nanashi is that we lost the the blue buffs that he gives, but I didn't think it was too much of an issue, right? Because right here we were gonna get some pretty good cards. So I actually do go for the buff removal first, and then the rank 2, and that's actually gonna finish off the fight there, guys, for the Margaret fight. So the Margaret fight is probably my hardest one. The last fight actually is also a little bit hard too, so we're actually going to talk about that when we get to floor 30. So floor 30, guys, I was okay, so for context, I was recording floor 30 for like an hour, bro. Like, it was actually difficult in terms of me clearing. And you guys will see throughout this fight here, I almost choked and forfeited the match because I thought I lost. But you guys will see. So let's hop in. In terms of the team comp, I was using Margaret, Green Gother, Festival King, and you want to make sure that your Margaret has the lowest HP so that she gets targeted, right? Because if I had King at the lowest HP, he was getting targeted, and I was doing that for like 30 minutes straight, and I was like, bro, what's the problem? And I had to change the gear, make sure that Margaret had the lowest HP. And after we finished that, we were okay. So we hop into the fight here with Sariel, guys. And the way Sariel works is that he's going to actually full heal if he's less than 20% HP, if I'm not mistaken. And the side guys, whenever you damage them, they actually lose gauge whenever you do an AoE skill. And so pretty much the strategy of the fight is you want to get 2 rank 3 cards with King and his ultimate, and that's exactly how you beat it. it's wild, but yes, that's exactly how you do it, because you want to do a ton of damage in one hit and pretty much take out the Sariel, because the Sariel is a big issue, bro. He is a very big issue. And what you do as well, when you actually get the cards going, you want to do the King cards first and then the ultimate follow-up, because you want the ultimate to remove the defense related stats that he gets whenever you attack him. So right here, as you guys can see, this is another part of the fight where if you cleanse, you actually get an HP related stats up. So right there, now I'm actually going to heal a lot more now because of that. But as you can see, every time we damage the Sariel, he's getting a defense related stack buff. If you do the King ult after the fact, it's gonna remove it, and then you're like, from there you're pretty much okay, right? So that's the strategy going into it. So yeah, so right here we're just taking our damage, you know, we're taking hits, and then on my turn here I decide to rank up King, because I'm like, okay, we can get 2 rank 3 Sever cards, and I can also push his ultimate too because I'm doing the attacks. And by the way, guys, the reason why you want to have Margaret as the lowest HP is because she will get targeted, and the guys on the left and right do gauge reduction on their single targets. So you don't want to actually have King getting the gauge reduction if he's the damage dealer, right? You want him to be dealing the damage. So that's the main point of the fight, right? So yeah. Right here, we do take some hits, and I think Margaret actually dies on this phase, if I'm not mistaken, on this turn, because she does take a lot of damage here. Or it might be next turn actually as well. It could be next turn. Oh no, it's this turn, yeah. So Margaret dies, and I thought that was gonna be the end of my run right there. But it actually wasn't, because as you guys see, I have the double rank 3 and I have the cleanse ult, and I was like, I still have my Green Gother stacks because I'm running Death Pierce backline, right? So I think that's okay. And so I just go for the double AoE and then the ultimate, and you guys will see what happens here. And I literally, like, bro, when I did this, I thought I choked, because you guys will see here, when I actually do this, the left and right guys live, and so I was like, wait, did I not kill Sariel with that, and he lived with a sliver? So I'm gonna pause the video right as I drop the ultimate. Right, so look at that. So I saw Sariel's HP at like the minimum, and I was like, wait, he's alive still? I was like, there's no way, bro. And you guys will see here, I paused the game because I was like, am I about to forfeit? Did I really just do that? But then I realized, like, oh wait, Sariel's not even on the field. So I pressed play, and I was like, oh, I'm okay. So I could just kill the left and right guys. So yeah, I almost messed up that run and forfeited, but you know, you guys gotta make sure that you see that the Sariel's dead, or if he's alive or not. If he's alive, he would have full healed back up to full HP, because you know, he's less than 20%. But because I actually killed him, and then the left and right guys were still alive, we were okay. So yeah, man, that's pretty much that though, guys. It was a kind of difficult run through all these tower stages, but you know, these are the last few tower stages, so I'd assume they're kind of difficult anyway. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know if this video helped you guys. For even if you guys are on JP already, if this helped you. But for you guys that are playing on global right now, just take into account these teams, and I will be doing a updated video when global actually gets it, to show you guys some other team comps and just other things you can actually do to go about the tower trials. So that's gonna be it, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and have a good rest of your day.